Hello lovely people. So I started with the A-pillars and I kind of want to jump in between things. So this is my spare dash that I had in the storage somewhere there, and as you can see it was in storage for like a year probably. So it is in good condition because it's plastic. However, it just needs some cleaning. And I have these rings. Oh, so these rings, I will need to position them somehow like this. So I want, because these are much smaller than the 5-inch that I had before, so I could potentially have them like this. However, I want to angle them. And the good thing is, on this dash, I have like this protrusion that goes up. So even if, with little modifications, I could angle them almost 45 degrees, just like that, and just fill in the gaps. But what I'm gonna do, I think, I would like to have them a bit deeper in there. So I will need to cut something like this. I want them to have them as much as possible in the corner, however angled. So the good thing is, even if I'm gonna angle them, it can go down to this, like this. So I think it's gonna be very, very nice. So now I just need to cut and see what happens. But yeah, that's the plan for the dash. One thing that I have to bear in mind, so this comes off. I think it's easy. Come on. This is like a trim panel. This comes off, which is fine. Come on. No, cannot do one hand. What I need to keep in mind is that there's vents running here, and those vents. So this one is the one that I had to cut last time as well when I was putting the 5 inches. So I had to cut this vent totally off and I had to block it off, and I think I'll have to do exactly the same now, because the thickness is just that you have this one and after that you have the vent. So when I'm gonna cut open this, I'll have to cut the vent, and I'll just need to add some deadening, exactly the same like I did last time. So last time I did some pictures, but this time I'm planning to do like video, so you will see these are a bit rusted, but it's gonna be fine. Yeah, it needs like proper deep cleaning. That's the airbag that I need to be careful about. Should be working, everything should be fine. But yeah, for those like new to my channel and you don't know, at the moment I have the 5-inch holes in this dash, so they're much bigger, and I need something a bit more smaller. So this car is extremely popular in the UK and it's very, very cheap. So it's 2009. It's quite old car, and these dashes, this one from the Breakers, I bought it for £20, so $30. I know for some the dash might be more expensive than that, but for me it's extremely, extremely cheap. So if you want to do a dash, just a tip, just buy a spare dash and work on it. It's gonna be much easier, and then just to replace it, just swap it out. It's like an hour of labor, so it's much easier. Yeah, and the little one is playing again. Cool. Yeah, let me try to cut something. In regards to aiming the mid-ranges, again, it's not going to be symmetrical, because like that one is far away and this one is close. So this one, the one that I have, it has to be aimed like towards like this more, not like this, because I want it aimed towards me like that. So it will be aimed towards like this part of the dash, and that one on that side has to be aimed like this, not like that, more like this towards me. I want it to be aimed like towards me, and I still have some room, like if it's gonna be like towards in the very, very end, it can come out like off top of the dash by like 5-6 millimeters or even more, like that, because it can go a bit higher. It doesn't have to be flush with the dash, it could be a tiny bit higher like that. So yeah, let's check on the other dash. Okay, so I did mark it on this one. So on this one I just need to make sure that it's gonna go like that. So just normal cutout, and I think it's gonna sink in. It's gonna be perfect like that. However, on this side, it has to be aimed towards like here. So instead of sinking it like this, I will need to sink it like more like this, if it makes sense. So I think I might need to cut this part as well for it to let it sink in like that. There'll be no obstruction. So I'm gonna cut the hole first like it is, and then I'm gonna just put it in and see if this needs cutting out. I'm not too worried about like how it looks like after the ring goes in, because I'm planning to put like something very thin, like a beauty trim something all the way around, just to make it look nicer. And this again, it could go up. So now I have the places marked, they look identical, and now just cutting. In order to cut a hole, ideally you would want something like a hole saw to do all in one go, but I don't have it, so I'm going to be using just a regular drill. I will be drilling loads and loads of holes all the way around, because this is a soft material. I'm going to go with the holes and then with a knife. And again, it doesn't really matter how it looks like, because it's going to be like filled with fiber fill, and maybe I'm gonna make it looks a bit nicer, so it doesn't really matter. But the main goal here is to actually cut a hole. I just need to remove this trim, because this trim, again, I just need to later on just cut it to make sure it fits perfectly back. With the combination of a drill and this thingy, I have a hole like this. So now the ring fits perfectly flush if I would want to. However, I want to angle it. I want to angle it down like that. And as I mentioned, it could protrude a little bit, just like that probably. And it's still gonna be fine. And this is the angle that I would end up with. So I think this is a bit too small. So what I want to do is, I would want to cut here as well into the dash, and put this one down, so it would be a bigger angle like that. So now I need to mark and cut the dash in there, and there we go. So this is gonna be like something like this, maybe a tiny bit like that. This can go as deep as the actual dash, and this, I think this should be fine, because there's some clearance next to the window. And I have an angle of something like close to 40 degrees, I want to say. So this is going to be perfect. Now the question is, this thing, like that, I think I will remove it just to have some clearance. I know it's not going to look maybe perfect, but yeah, because it's like, it's in the way, you know, like this thing. So I just need to cut it like that. But yeah, I like how it looks like. So I had to sacrifice this vent. I have to cut it open and block this one and that one that goes into here as well. The bottom vent has a separate pipe which is not affected. I'll just need to cut a hole here for the mid to breathe under. Otherwise it's just going to be like a small sealed enclosure, and I really don't want that. Yeah, looks good. Looks, I like how it looks like. Just needs some tiny adjustments, but yeah, something like that. Cool. And it looks to be exactly the same situation with the left side as well. So this is in. I need to, because this angle is very little, so I need to bury this inside the dash. So again, cut a bit more until it tilted a bit more. There we go. This angle looks much better, close to like 40 degrees or something. Yeah. So this is like from close to like listening position, something like that. So yeah, bury it a bit deeper in there. This comes out, but I think it should be fine. Yeah, it looks good. So now I just need to cut holes here under it, under both, behind them, somehow glue it in, bond it in, and deaden everything. Shut the vents and deaden. Cool. Now I'm examining this from the other side. What we'll need to do, this is the central speaker that I had in factory, so I just need to put a sheet of dead in it there. And I was looking at like things that might rattle or do something, because it's pretty sturdy, nothing really crinkles, nothing rattles. The only place I found is this. So this, wait, yeah, this is the only thing that kind of rattles, and these are the vents that blow into the windshield. So this will need some attention. These pipes that go to the sides, I removed this one and I'm just gonna swap out, because the one in the car is already deadened all over, so I won't have to do it again. This is just gonna go with the other dash, and I'm gonna bring it so just a few sheets of deadener all over the place somewhere, because it doesn't need much, to be honest, because it's kind of sturdy. It is just for mid-range. So the only thing, I just need to cut a hole there and block this vent that goes out and this one that goes there. So we need to block it in two places, and the thing is, I don't know how to block it. Ideally I would want to use some kind of expanding foam, but I have to buy it, so I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna use foam, we'll see. Yeah, this is the best part, watching while the foam expands. So I did some shopping. Come on, go out. By the way, if you know, in the comments, if you know how to keep this fresh while using like a third or half of it, please comment, because every time I use this once, you unscrew it, I wash this, and it just dries out, and the next time you cannot use it. So if you know anything, please comment. About this one, I still might have like a third of tub left. So this is like just a glue with in a tub, so you can squeeze it out. It's easier to work with. I'm not sure if the old one is still going to be good or is dried out, but if not, I'm going to use this. The problem is, this is white, and I was looking for something black, and there's literally nothing. No black glue, no block caulk, no black, nothing black. Everything is white or clear. So I took white, and I probably need to paint it or something. And I had this adhesive spray for the A-pillars. Later on, this is light glue, because I don't have a compressor, so it's fine. So I blocked this, I blocked this. Just later on, you need to cut it off when it's gonna dry out. Maybe some deadener from wherever. And this one, since these vents are kind of shared, so one is going there that blows into the windows, and this one goes into the side. So the side, I blocked, I put foam not because to block it, because this is blocked. I put foam so it would squeeze it, and this is not gonna move, because if you remember, this was kind of moving. So I put some foam in between, so this is not gonna move, because I cannot disassemble it. Basically, it's kind of squeezed in the panel, so I cannot do anything about it. And yeah, now I just need to wait until it's gonna dry out, then put the rings, glue the rings with this adhesive. Again, wait until it's gonna dry out, and then it's gonna be just finishing touches and everything, just deadener and that kind of stuff. Okay, foam is just secured. It's all almost hard. It's fine. I put some deadening. I'm not gonna go overkill, because what's the point? It's just a dash, you know. What I want to do today, because it's already evening, what I would like to do today is to put the actual rings, maybe some deadening here. I want to put the actual rings and try to glue it in, so that the glue would dry overnight. But I don't want to rush it as well, because I need to position the rings properly, because come on, if I'm gonna glue them in, not that great, because I have these 4 holes for the actual speakers, and I need to align them so that the actual Alpine logo would be like facing me. Otherwise, it's not gonna look that good. So I'm gonna try to glue them in today, and yeah. Okay, I'm trying to actually twisted how it will look better. So I did this one. It's already filled, as you can see, all with glue, and it is white, so I'll have to think about something, how to dye it black, or like a beauty panel or something. But that's from both sides, outside and inside. And this one, I'm sitting like if I would have my dash in front of me, and I'm looking like this. Yeah, it does look good. Like the logo, I think it is where it's supposed to be. It's looking at me, because I want everything to look at me, not to be symmetrical necessary. So I think it's gonna be good. So the only things left now is just put some glue there and wait until it's gonna dry until tomorrow. And basically this is gonna be pretty much it for today, because I need to wait for the glue to dry and then do the rest. But after this, we'll need to tap the holes for the machine screws. But I think that's it. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it today. I'm gonna cut it to this. This was basically another day, which was like an hour there, an hour there, and I have this results for now. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.